stuff to discuss. When I tell you new things they're trying to hide, but baby, we need to put this on Front Street. Everybody need to know what's going on with these Austin Metcalf boys because y'all don't understand how dangerous this was and how frightening this was for a black 17-year-old Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony had a 3.7 GPA average. He had a bright future. Okay? He did not plan to take them out of here, but honey, he defended himself. And these boys who had a disdain and a dislike for black people, you already know what they was up to, okay? And they're trying to hide their hatred for black people and hide their hatred for females. And I'm going to bring it all out here. So I need everybody to like, share, subscribe. I need y'all to comment. I want to know where y'all at because, baby, this is war. Do you hear what I'm saying? And we're not going to allow them just to keep on sweeping stuff under the rug. I'm sick and tired of it. So let me tell y'all who this person is, okay? Austin Metcalf was a Klan boy. Did y'all know that? I say it again. Austin Metcalf was a Klan boy. And listen, I'm not saying that to be dramatic either. I'm saying that because it has been documented. Yes, it has. He spray painted the KKK unalive all blacks. He wrote that. What type of person writes that? Huh? Somebody that have a disdain and a hatred for someone that have a different skin complexion. And I'm telling you, his parents, yes, his parents and his family and his ancestors has taught him this. And he has accepted it and he is pushing it on. And God knows what he would have done well, you know what he would have done? Anybody that have a disdain for black people, do you know what they do to black people? Huh? They unalive them and get away with it. So it was either Austin, our life was going to leave or a homeboy was going to leave. And Austin, Carmelo Anthony, he prayed about that. He prayed about it and God gave him the answer. And if God still wanted Austin to be here, he would be here. Amen. God is the author of everything, right? But let me tell you what else this Austin dude wrote. He wrote, Hail Hitler. Yes, he did. He used the N-word like it was his first language, y'all. And when I tell you this, his parents groomed him to be the next grand wizard. Yes, they did. You don't come out of elementary school writing unalive all black people on walls unless somebody at home is teaching you that your skin color makes you superior. And it doesn't. I tell y'all, your white skin complexion does not make you better. Somebody at home was filling that boy's head with the same poison his ancestors used to enslave us black folks. The same poison his ancestors used to lynch us black folks. The same poison his ancestors used to strip our rights away and walk away clean. Do you hear what I'm saying? And Austin desired to be just like them. Those was his role models. Those was his desires. Every single act of violence, every slur, racial slur, every threat, that was him trying to live up to the family's legacy, baby. And the state of Texas looked at all that, looked at the jury, looked at Carmelo Anthony, a 17-year-old innocent black child with a 3.7 GPA. Carmelo Anthony had a bright future, a child who was just trying to stay dry from the damn rain and said, no. The jury said, no, the jury don't need to know none of that. That's what they said. They didn't want to know none of who Carmelo Anthony was. They already had in their idea, we're going to paint him as a murderer, and that's it. That's all. And they decided to make a deal. And I don't agree with that. Press 2 if you don't agree with that either. Do you hear what I'm saying? They had a gentleman agreement. That's what they called it. A deal to hide a Klans boy terrorist record from the jury. Carmelo Anthony killed a Klans boy. That's what he did. He unalived the Klans boy because the Klan boy and his homeboys was going to unalive Carmelo Anthony. They didn't come there to talk. They didn't come there to have peace. They came over there to F Carmelo Anthony up. Okay? Okay? But they made a deal to hide the Klans boy terrorist record from the jury, to hide his assaults on females, to hide his gun threats, to hide the fact that this boy had been documented danger to society since he was in elementary school. And then they gave Carmelo, an innocent child who was only defending himself, 35 years. 35 years for not letting a Klans boy unalive him. Let that sit in your chest, y'all. Now, I need y'all to understand exactly what they did, because a gentleman agreement is too nice. It sounds like they just shook hands over a business deal, right? No, baby, they didn't do that. What they did was conspired. They conspired to put an innocent Black child in prison for the rest of his life by hiding the fact that the so-called Klan boy victim, honey, was a white supremacist terrorist. That's just what it was. That is what he was. Carmelo's first lawyer sat in that room with the prosecution and agreed to this, y'all. Agreed to silence the truth. And I'm not trying to hear no, well, it was a strategy. Strategy for who? An innocent 17-year-old with a 3.7 GPA and a bright future? A child who is sitting under a tent, trying to stay dry from the damn rain, y'all. A child who was scared? No. A black attorney would have walked in that courtroom and said, you want to talk about my client text messages? Cool. Let's put Austin Klan graffiti on the damn projector. Yeah, let's put Austin, when he put in Hail Hitler, on record. Let's put that on record. And let's see how the Jews feel about that. Yeah. Let's see how the Jews feel about that. Let's talk about the counselor who saw him 5 times for anger and rage. This boy was a ticking time bomb. He always ran with anger. And you know, anger is a sin. Did you know that anger is a sin? And he died with so much anger in his heart. He died being a racist. Okay? Let's talk about the girl he knocked down and punched in the damn stomach. Can we talk about that? He did that. That Austin dude, he did that. Okay, let's talk about the gun threats. Yeah, let's put all of it on the damn table. Let the jury see who was actually dangerous. But they don't want to do that, y'all. They want to hide the Klan from the jury. In 2026, in America, in a courtroom, they looked at the evidence of domestic terrorism and said, nah, the jury might get the wrong idea. The wrong idea? The wrong idea is that an innocent Black boy deserved 35 years for defending himself against a terrorist? What? Come on now. That's the wrong idea. That's the wrong idea. The wrong idea is an innocent Black boy getting 35 years. That's an abomination right there. And since we putting it all on the table, y'all, let me run this down for the people who still want to act like we don't know what happened that day. We know exactly what happened that day because Austin Metcalf had a pattern, y'all. This dude had a pattern of violence. This dude have a pattern of racism, terrorism. This dude have a pattern of terrorizing females and other kids. Everybody he feel like is beneath him, which is Black people, females, and kids, he went and he terrorized the shit out of them. He has a pattern that the jury was deliberately blinded to. They was blinded to it. Can we talk about 2018? Elementary. This clan boy in elementary, it starts when they're young. Him and his brother Hunter assaulting a female student, arrested in elementary school, y'all. What you doing at 10 years old that gets you arrested? I tell you what, being groomed into a dangerous society. In 2019, yeah, bullying a black student in class. It's documented. It's not alleged. It is documented. This boy went around terrorizing black students like it was his damn job, like his ancestors before him. I'm telling y'all, he was on an assignment. And he saw Carmelo Anthony, a bright black boy, and he was jealous and he had to take him out. In 2020, he knocked out a female student to the damn ground. Yes, he did. Punched her in the stomach during an argument. This is the gentle soul that they're trying to put. They put on every news with his football picture, talking about he's a gentle soul. Gentle soul, my ass. He's everything but a gentle soul. He's an aggressive, racist, clan boy soul. This is the boy who put his hands on females, multiple females. A boy who went around terrorizing girls and black kids and anybody who did not look like him. Honey, did I tell you about kicked out the football game? Yes. Got kicked out the football game because he texted somebody. I was about to beat the out of those kids. That was a track meet. Somebody says behind our bench, somebody talking wild. And Austin responded, I will unalive that MFer. I will unalive that MFer. And you know he said the K word, but I can't say it. But just like that, no hesitation, no thought, I will unalive that MFer. He told a school official he couldn't control his profanity. He said he could not do it. So you know he wasn't no damn Christian. Wasn't even aware if he was coming out his mouth. Yeah. 5 times in 2024, he saw a counselor for anger and rage. Do you hear what I'm saying? He was banned from the basketball games for yelling profanity at a player. He was suspended for talking about bringing a gun to school the next day. A gun? He was talking about bringing a pow pow to school around other kids to threaten kids. He goes around threatening kids with guns, y'all. This is the evil man. He's going around here with a gun on his mind, threatening to unalive kids. This man, this terrorist is a danger to society. He was a danger to society at 10 years old. He was a danger to society at 16, and he was a danger to society when he walked under that tent. His rap sheet is longer than the CVS receipt, y'all. And they hid every single line, every single threat, every single assault on a female, every single act of violence against black students, every single Klan slogan that he ran with, every single gun threat that he ever had, they hid it all. And they called him the victim? No, 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 no. And I need y'all to really sit with this. Are y'all in here? Because this was not random. This wasn't two boys got into a fight and it went too far. No. Austin Metcalf walked under that tent where Carmelo was trying to get away from the rain. That's what Carmelo was doing. This black boy, 3.7 GPA, was trying to get away from the rain. And he was sitting peacefully by himself. Okay? That clan boy, he walked under there on purpose. The clan boy, a boy who has been groomed to hate black people, who has been writing unalive all black since he was a damn child. He had been assaulting females and terrorizing other kids and threatening people with guns. He walked under that tent where an innocent black boy was sitting minding his business. And we supposed to believe that he was just looking for a damn shelter? The Klan boy, he was just looking for a shelter? No, no. He went under there to fuck with that black boy. That's what he did. He went on there to unalive that black boy because you know he couldn't hate him because of the color of his skin. That's who he was. That's what his parents raised him to be. Carmelo was 17-year-old innocent black boy with a 3.7 GPA, a bright future. And let me not forget to tell y'all, Carmelo have epilepsy. He was sitting there trying to stay dry, minding his business. And a Klan boy who had a lot to prove that he's part of the KKK and a documented terrorist walks up on him, pushing on him, taking his thing. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine being a child, a black child, and a documented white supremacist approaches you aggressively with his goons surrounding you? That is traumatizing. That is terrifying. He was scared. He was a child. He had no choice but to defend himself. He was innocent and he was only trying to survive. And thank God he did survive. God willed it. God willed it. And when I tell you, Carmelo prayed before he did what he did. He prayed. He said, God, give me the strength. And God used him. God used him in that moment because if God wanted Austin Metcalf alive, we all know he would have made it so. God is the author of everything and everything. And if Austin was meant to walk out from that tent, he would have, but he wasn't because God had other plans. And an innocent child was defending himself against the terrorist. Okay. And God saw the whole thing. Do you hear what I'm saying? God knows your heart. God knows Austin Metcalf's heart was full of hate. And the judge who had to be banned, thrown out because he was too biased to even pretend. He couldn't even pretend he was not biased. He was very outwardly biased, okay? He was siding with the Klan boys, okay? Maybe he's part of the KKK members too, okay? Yeah, but now they say he's fighting that removal. He's fighting to stay on the case while she already showed her hand, right? A case with no black juries, a case where the Klan was hidden from the jury, a case where an innocent black boy was, honey, he was pushed into not testifying in his own defense because his own lawyer made a deal with the damn devil. They didn't just fail Carmelo. They set his ass up. From the lawyer to the judge to the prosecution to the school that let Austin Metcalf stay enrolled despite a rap sheet that should have been locked up since his ass was in elementary. They all played a part in this. And Carmelo, an innocent black boy, scared, just trying to stay dry, got 35 years for defending himself. And I see a lot of you guys out here, okay? I see it. I see it. I see it. When a Klan boy with a documented history of violence, assault on females, gun threats, and a racist terrorism approaches you aggressively under a tent, you do what you got to do to survive. And that's on period. And an innocent child defending himself against a terrorist, that's what happened. And to me, Carmelo is a hero. Yes, Carmelo is a hero because so many people would be afraid of that terrorist and I would allow that terrorist just to unalive them. Okay. And Carmelo, he was not backing down. He saved himself. That's a hero. You don't get to have unalive all black people in your background and then wake up and walk up on a black person like you harmless. Hell no. So I want y'all to hear me clearly. This is what we got to do. And this is what they will do to our innocent boys. And we need to know that. This is what they will hide to put our brothers in cages. This is what they will call a gentleman agreement when what is really is a conspiracy to protect a Klan boy and destroy an innocent black child. They hid the Klan from the jury in 2026 in America. They looked at a KKK unalive all black boys and said the jury don't need to see that. They looked at a boy who assaulted females and threatened kids with guns and said he's a victim. They looked at Carmelo Anthony, and an innocent 17-year-old with a 3.7 GPA, a bright future, a child who was just trying to stay dry from the damn rain, a child who was scared, who had epilepsy, who prayed for strength before he defended himself, and they gave him 35 years. And if God wanted Austin alive, honey, he'll still be here. He'll make it so. God is the author of everything. Amen. Carmelo's new team is fighting the judge, fighting the conviction, fighting a new trial where the jury actually hears the truth. And they need to win. Not just for Carmelo, for all of us. Because if they can hide a Klan activity from a jury and call it justice, then none of our innocent kids are safe in that program. None of our boys are. None of our black sons are. None of our brothers and none of our babies. We got to keep our eyes on this. Don't let them change the subject. Don't let them talk about both sides when one side was a Klan member and the other side was an innocent black boy child trying to survive. Free Carmelo, y'all, and keep watching because this war is not over. Trust and believe me.